You spent over a decade in school. You learned algebra, the dates of wars, the parts of a cell. And then you were handed adult life with almost none of the skills it actually requires. Nobody taught you how to have a difficult conversation, how to manage money, how to handle your own emotions when they overwhelm you, how to be alone without falling apart. These are the skills that quietly run your entire life. Your relationships, your finances, your peace of mind. And almost none of us were ever taught them. So today, that's what we're doing. 6 life skills nobody taught you, and 1 practical way to start each one. Let's go. The first is the one that shapes every relationship you have. How to say something difficult without it turning into a fight. Most people do one of 2 things. They avoid it until it explodes, or they attack and make it worse. Both damage the relationship. Here's the tool. Describe the situation and its impact without attacking the person. Instead of, "You always ignore me," try, "When I don't hear back for a few days, I start to feel like I don't matter." Same message, no attack. The skill isn't winning. It's being honest in a way the other person can actually hear. The second is money. The thing that causes enormous stress and that school somehow never mentioned. You don't need to become an expert. You need one habit. Spend less than you earn and automate the gap. The moment you're paid, move a set amount into savings before you can spend it. Save first, live on the rest. That single reversal, done automatically, quietly builds security over years while everyone around you wonders where their money went. It's not about how much you make. It's about the gap you keep and keeping it on autopilot. The third might be the most important and the least taught. How to handle a strong emotion without it hijacking you. When anger, anxiety or panic rises, most people either explode or bottle it up. There's a third option, and it's backed by research. Name the emotion. Literally say to yourself, "I notice I'm feeling anxious." That small act of labeling what you feel reduces its intensity and hands the steering wheel back to your thinking brain. You're no longer the emotion, you're the person observing it. You can't stop feelings from arriving, but you can learn not to be run by them. The fourth is a skill that protects your time, your energy, and your life. How to say no. Most people say yes to things they don't want to do out of guilt or fear of disappointing someone. And every yes to something that doesn't matter is a no to something that does. Here's the tool. You don't owe an explanation. "I can't make that work, but thank you for thinking of me" is a complete sentence. No essay, no apology, no justification for them to argue with. Every no you say on purpose is a yes to the life you actually want. The fifth is rarer than ever. How to think for yourself instead of absorbing whatever you're fed. You're now living in a flood of opinions, headlines, and algorithms, all trying to think for us. Most people just adopt the loudest one. Here's the tool. Before you accept a strong claim, ask 3 questions. What's the evidence? Who benefits if I believe this? And what would someone smart who disagrees say? Those 3 questions cut through most nonsense. In a world engineered to tell you what to think, the ability to actually think is close to a superpower. The 6th is quiet, but it changes everything. How to be alone without reaching for a distraction. Most people can't sit with themselves for 5 minutes without a screen. And if you can't be at peace on your own, you'll cling to jobs, relationships, and habits just to avoid silence. The tool is simple and hard. Spend a little time each day with no input, no phone, no music, no noise. Just you and your thoughts. Uncomfortable at first, but it's where you actually hear yourself. Learning to enjoy your own company is one of the most freeing things you will ever do. Here's the thing about all 6. They're not soft or optional. They are the actual operating system of a good life. Your relationships rise and fall on hard conversations. And saying no, your security rests on how you handle money. Your peace depends on regulating emotions and being okay alone. Your freedom depends on thinking for yourself. No qualification will save a life that's weak in these, and no lack of qualifications can hold back a life that's strong in them. The good news, none of them require talent. They're skills, which means starting today, any of them can be learned. So here's tonight's challenge. Of these 6, hard conversations, money, emotions, saying no, thinking for yourself, being alone. Pick the one you're weakest at. You already know which one. Then do the one small thing for it this week. Write the honest message. Set up the transfer. Name the feeling. Say the no. Ask the 3 questions. Sit in the silence. One skill, one small step. That's how a whole life gets stronger. Tell me in the comments which one you pick. On this channel, I break down one life skill every week so you can build a better life. One conversation, one habit, one system at a time. That's what this channel is all about. Life, knowledge, productivity. Thank you for watching.